And we're live. Okay. Seems how he's not here. Yeah, somebody's got to do it. All right. So our last game.
Are even open right now.
I think he's probably eating dinner now with his friends. I don't know what state he's in.
July 19th was our last game. We're on episode 55, by the way, if anybody cares. So
that's so crazy to me that it's been, like, if we were playing every single week, it would have been over.
yeah, I mean, it probably would have been over, but we would be done by now if we actually played.
No, I'm just saying session numbers. Obviously,
gotcha.
If we were playing every week,
Yeah,
I feel like what has it? Are we coming on year 3 almost?
just about. Yeah. I think October will be year 3. Yeah.
I'm sure if we dragged it on, we could.
I'm sure we'll make it just fine the way we're
October
going.
22nd,
Christ.
2021.
All right.
1 year anniversary. Whatever anniversary we started is the same as our wedding anniversary,
Right.
which is awesome.
All right. So the last game, we left off exploring Argynvost, which is the mansion for the Knight of the Silver Dragon, if I remember right. the Brotherhood of the Knight of the Silver Dragon, or something like that. You spoke with Sir Godfrey. He gave you, basically a series of missions to try to help out his brethren, put them to rest, and so on and so forth, so that this would release Vladimir's control over his brothers and keeping all of their brothers as revenants. Thus also allowing Godfrey himself to help be able to get into the final resting place where Argynvost is. So,
I have like a quick unrelated question.
sure.
Are we doing anything with the rules update?
It depends on D&D Beyond.
Whatever they integrate.
So I heard word that they're updating the rules soon. I've been watching videos. I haven't had a chance to actually purchase the book yet myself. I want to.
I haven't looked at it.
Essentially, it's not a full edition, and this is the reason why they're not calling it a full edition, due to the fact that essentially what they're doing is they're putting out an addendum to the 2014 rules, the player's handbook that we have currently, to update.
5.5.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 5.5, but they're just not giving it an addition. They're just not doing it. Because here's their take on it. This is everything that they themselves have said about it. That this is just more or less an update to some of the rules that were
rebalancing.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Yeah. While also giving more benefits or more player character abilities and so on and so forth, and rebalancing certain characters. Such as
kind of the same direction
Rogue.
that the monster book that combined the Bolos and the other one did.
Yeah, kind of. Tasha's you talking about? Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about Monsters of Multiverse?
Monsters, yeah.
Okay.
Where they updated all the weird races to, get flat bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, so essentially the new PHB that's coming out is going to, whatever is in that book for rules is now essentially going to be like the gold standard of those rules. If there's rules not in that book that were in the original book, the original PHB, or other supplements, those rules can be applied to certain characters and so on. But as far as like the core rules, it sounds like all of the core rules have been updated as far as your actions, what you can do, so on and so forth. What they're mostly concerned with getting the information out there about is the player character changes and character development. And each of the player character choices that you have are now mostly in the PHB. So everything that's in that new PHB that's coming out is the rules that you use for that type of character. Otherwise, if there isn't anything in that, then you can revert back to the 2014 version of the book or whatever that came out of. So, for example, the one thing that's not in the new PHB is how's it called? The Mechanicus. What the hell is it called? Came out of the Artificer. Yeah, Artificer's not even in there. So if you wanted to play an Artificer, then you would revert back to the Artificer rules in that rule book that it came from, which I think was Volos or something like that. I don't remember which book it came out of. Oh no, it would have been the Ravnica book, because I think that's where it came from.
Ravnica book's kind of cool, but I like magic.
So that's kind of how they're playing it anyway.
So for our purposes, we're just going to deal with it if it like screws up our.
Well, I'm hoping it's not going to mess anything up. My understanding is they are rolling out the new books on the digital platform and saying, here's the new PHB. I don't think it's going to change your characters as they sit currently. I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep all of that. But what they might be considered at that point, once they do it, is legacy characters.
Yeah, like Bolos or Morningtime has those stuff on all their monster listings.
So, but from what I'm understanding, all those other books, the Mordekai's and all those, I guess, are going away altogether. At least that's the understanding. They haven't quite come out and said that.
I feel like they already don't sell them anymore after Monsters. And I bought them both on here before Monsters and Multiverse came out just to have
I had a bunch of them too.
Old school stat blocks, so hopefully they don't get them all or just give them Legacy or whatever.
Yeah, because that's essentially what they're going to call this PHB book. They're just going to call it Legacy PHB. And if there are certain rules that's not in the new PHB, then we revert back to the 14th Legacy book, I guess.
Okay.
It's just kind of weird that they're doing it that way, to be honest. But a lot of the rules that they're putting in the new 24 book, they copied it right word for word from the current PHB, and just plopped them right in to the 24 version. Some particular rules did get changes, such as rules for like counterspelling, for example. Like certain spells have gotten updates and changes and so on and so forth. Counterspell pretty much has gotten nerfed all the way around, from what I remember.
Is that mostly because monster stat blocks have like abilities rather than spells that you gotta look up?
No, not necessarily. And actually, in some character, in some cases, like the Paladin, you know how you normally have Paladin Smite, which is normally ability? That's now a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I read some of the stuff, but it was long enough ago, and I'll train back out that year. That was one of the things.
Yeah.
I like the Paladin that I played.
Yeah. I mean, Paladins are still pretty fucking awesome in this new PHB from what I've seen. They've definitely updated a lot of the subclasses. And what they did is they separated. There's so much to go over. We don't have to do this right now. It's fine. But what they did for the character development side of things is essentially you make a character at level 1. Nobody gets a subclass until
Till
level 3.
or something. I think.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep. So before you had sorcerers, I think it was like maybe clerics and or warlocks. They would all get their subclass immediately. Now everybody waits till level 3 to get their subclass. Okay, which in a way is kind of fair. I mean,
Yeah, it makes sense.
you're making it so everybody gets it all at the same time. Everybody gets their ASL, their points upgrades all at the same time. Okay, there's no more of this. Oh well, you get an ability here. Oh, you will get it on this. No. Everybody gets them all at the same time. At certain intervals of leveling. Also at level 1, when you create your new characters, you actually get a feat right off the bat. Now,
That's
new-
kinda neat.
the new feats that they've kind of dubbed as what the hell they call them. I don't remember off the top of my head. There's first level feats, and then there are feats, which is kind of weird. I can't remember what the hell they actually call them. But there's a couple of character classes, such as, or they're not calling them races anymore because that's racist apparently. What are they calling it? Shit.
Lineages or something.
No, it's not lineage. It's kind of like that though. Fuck. Basically, they're races. So, human race, for example, used to in the 2014, you would get either a feat at first level, that you get to choose from, or you would get a stat block bonus. Either 1 to all stats or 2 in a stat or something like that. That's gone away. So humans don't necessarily get the +1s or anything like that. So races in general across the board do not get stat bonus increases. All the stat bonus increases now come from your backgrounds. Your character classes, not your backgrounds. So the character classes are already designed to sit there and say, oh, well, this is a cleric, so we're going to make sure that they have, wisdom? I think clerics are wisdom based. So you're going to get points in wisdom, and then you get to choose where you want the other points. But every class is going to get 3 points that they can just choose what the hell they want to put it into for the most part. Some of the races will still have certain perk abilities, such as the humans do get a lucky. It's not lucky feat, but it's some kind of lucky ability, which allows them to choose another feat at level 1, first level feats.
It's like the versatile
kind of
human variant or whatever that I have.
Yeah. So they still have some racial type abilities and bonuses that you'll be able to play around with, which I'm glad that they're still at least doing that. If you're not going to give us stat points for certain things, fine, but at least give us something that is inherent to this race or whatever the fuck they're calling it nowadays. Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of stuff to go over. I'll be honest, I'm actually pretty interested in trying it out. Because there seems to be a lot of really cool character development options that I think could actually be pretty fun. They did update all of the tools lists. So you know how everybody gets to pick a tool?
Yeah.
Well, now those tools actually have rules assigned to them as far as what they do.
Yeah, you'd have to dig pretty deep to figure out how to use your...
Most of them didn't even have anything at all.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that they came out and said. They're like, yeah, we were actually pretty disappointed with ourselves because we gave everybody tools like a sextant, for example, and a cartographer's kit, and so on and so forth. But yet we have no rules for how to use these things whatsoever. They're just there, and as players, you just like yeah, I'm cool because I got this fancy shiny thing. You know, so now they've kind of sort of created some rules to make those tools at least somewhat usable. Some of them are not super great. I'll be honest, but they did change. They did take some of the very basic, like homebrew rules, such as what we do here when it comes to like healing potions, for example. Healing potions you can use as a bonus action. Well, they took that. They're like, okay, that's a great idea. So now healing potions specifically can be used as a bonus action. We don't know about, I mean, I don't personally know about other potions yet. I haven't seen anything about other potions. But supposedly they changed the crafting system so that it's a little bit easier to craft things. But after reading through it or watching some videos, it's probably just a little bit easier. So before it would almost take you, like if you wanted to make a suit of armor, for example, it would take you literally months of like game time.
Hundreds of days.
Yeah, in order to make that suit of armor. Now it's like maybe 2 months. So instead of having it be 4 months, it's now 2 months. I'm like, what are we really saving here at this point? I'm like, seriously? I'm like, okay. But the cool thing is they're like, but you can spend time in between, traveling in between this or in between that, to be able to, partake in some of this craft. And I'm like, yeah, how does that work for armor smiths? They're not going to keep going back to fucking town just to sit there and tank all fucking night.
Yeah.
Like nobody's going to do that. Most of the time you're out and about and you're camping out and about. You're not going to sit there and tinker away on fucking piece of armor. Sorry, that's not happening. You're not bringing a mobile forge with you.
That'd be a good magic guy.
Yeah.
Probably goes in part to whether it's a campaign where, as you say, you're going out on longer adventures, or whether you're mostly working out of one base that you.
They wanted to.
Short outings.
Well, what they really wanted to do was have more downtime activities. And I'll be honest, I don't really see the sense in downtime activities. Like, I don't see the sense in wasting everybody's time on doing stupid, frivolous shit. Really. Like, if everybody wants to do these things, then we'll make time for that. Otherwise,
I see it if you have like a Discord or whatever, you're chatting in between games and be like, oh, we got 2 weeks in game time before the next thing happens. So what do you guys want to do? And then, oh, I want to make this much gold or whatever. But
yeah,
the way we're doing it, where we get to meet very infrequently,
right,
to get stuff done.
So if all those activities were happening in between our games, there you go.
Yeah. I just
our characters can keep working on one word.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No kidding. Like I wouldn't be opposed to something like that, but depending on, of course, the campaign style and so on and so forth. Like this campaign wouldn't allow. There's no way I could see you guys just like milling about for months on end in Barovia. Be like, yeah, Strahd lost his fucking interest in you, so yeah, go fuck off for a month. I don't care. Yeah, I don't ever see that happening. I'm sorry, and that's part of the reason why, basically, I've been, I keep pushing, you guys to go from one place to another, and dealing with all these issues instead of actually being like, okay, we need a break. Let's just hang out. Let's go to the tavern, or let's do side stuff. Like, nope. No, you don't have time for that. You're trapped in a place.
It just doesn't come across as like a great vacation.
No, it definitely isn't.
So.
It definitely isn't. And that's why it seems like it's only been a couple of weeks in game time. Really, at this point. I mean, we've played for almost 3 years, but in reality, it's only been a couple of weeks game time. All right, so going back to last episode. Oh. So Godfrey named off the different brethren to, help out for his, his mission to,
I think we should have told you to bring Brandon's notebook.
what's that?
Should have told her to bring Brandon's notebook.
All right.
Actually, I have no clue where his D&D stuff is.
Oh. So he gave you the names of Sir Robert Thray, Arthur Borwin, Sir Damien Hargrove, and Sir Ulrich. Man, I hate this name. Northral. I think it's Norenthrall. After getting this information, you decide to mill about in the castle, exploring Argynvost Hold. In the next room over, you find a tapestry with a minor magic property. Not really sure what to do with it. You kind of left it alone, but kept looking around in that particular room. Mark, assuming that there was a secret, tried to look for a secret in the already empty bookcase, stumbled upon a dusty old letter that was on top of the bookcase and fluttered down onto the floor. He picked it up and read the note or the letter that was actually signed with just an A, but you came to the realization that this was Argynvost himself who wrote this letter, and about essentially their last stand. Deciding to take the tapestry off the wall, you went over to Godfrey. Godfrey was actually able to mend the tapestry. The tapestry itself actually gives the location of the now piston skull of Argynvost and asked for it to be returned back to the crypt. Soon after, you went and met with Sir Robin Trey. He gave you, for his last rite situation, he gave you a family heirloom, to which I believe was given to Sonny, and asked to have this heirloom sent down to his family, distant relatives who live in Vallaki. The next room over, you find Vladimir himself. Mark slowly approaches him. Vladimir acknowledges and gave basically a very strong worded warning not to mess with the current state of affairs, and not necessarily in that easy of a fashion, but very stern. And you decided to walk the fuck away and not mess with this man.
Move the fuck out.
Heading down the hallway, you find Arthur Borwin. Arthur was a younger individual, and you found out from Arthur that he died prior to becoming a knight of the order and wishes to become a knight. By doing so, he needed to do a heroic deed. You set up a meeting place outside of Argynvost to take him on a heroic adventure to, put him to rest. Going up one of the stairwells to the roof, you find Sir Damien Hargrove on the roof of Argynvost Hold. He gave you the quest to bring his proposal wedding ring to his beloved, who is at a fallen outpost up in the hills. was it Baratok? I think it was Baratok. Hang on, let me go back to all pages. Map.
Outpost or Slinka Pass?
Yeah, Solinka Pass. That's right. Yep. No, you got it. That's it. To which you already have another mission to go there already. Oh, it's Mount Gackus. That's what it is. Solinka Pass is just part of Mount Gackus. Excuse me. Anyhow, at that moment, you decided. Oh no, you did accept, and Sonny also has that ring, if I remember right.
Yes.
And let me go back to my notes. Damien points to the direction of the last individual you needed to talk to, who was Sir Eric Northern Norenthal. Man, seemed to be a very spunky individual who his last wish was to essentially hunt down the legendary rock in the mountains, which also takes you up into Solinka Pass. Putting two and two together, you decide that Urich and Arthund should meet you up in Solinka Pass for the hunt for the rock, trying to knock out two stones with two birds. Yep, one bird. Two birds, one stone. Jesus.
Two birds, one scone.
What is wrong with me, Scone? Yeah.
Feed two
Listen.
birds with one scone.
Listen,
Or-
scones could knock a bird out. Let's be honest.
The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is the biggest bird to stone ratio.
Okay, good to know.
Got the jokes, kid.
That's good. That is good. A little. Okay. Anyhow,
The joke.
after making that quick decision, everybody had decided that they were going to run their asses off to get to Vallaki. A few people on the run there ended up with exhaustion. I believe it was Marlith and Sunny.
Oh, yeah.
And currently you are sitting outside of Vallaki proper, looking at the gates to Vallaki
Is this a place that doesn't like us?
currently.
I think we were told not to come back.
Yes. So,
I didn't get to go last year. We were on our way.
what do you want to do?
What do we want
Since
The crawler
Yeah.
from a bar? Are you talking of a real life to a cider
real
place?
Life. Yeah, to a cider place.
Oh,
Not a real side quest.
my notes said that we're head back to Vallaki, but my notes don't tell me why.
Toward Hornabrower. Yeah. My notes probably don't say anything.
I know why you're heading.
At this point, I've relied on Brandon to take notes up and
I knew we were going to be in trouble.
See, this is why Brandon can't take time off.
Call him.
Chris, you should call him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You should definitely call him and then put him on speakerphone and be like, son of a...
Why did you get us together?
He's probably not going to remember.
And be like, check your notes, you fucktard.
Without his notes in front of him.
He's not going to answer. He never answers my calls.
That's not true. He answers it every time we're in the car. He's like, oh, Sarah's calling. I got to get this. Every time. Maybe he just doesn't want to answer right now.
Doing sort of stuff.
Well, I know why.
believe how
His
much.
character's down to 1 point and ask him what he wants
I
to
can
do.
offer you a combo pretzel.
What kind? Ranch. I don't think I've ever tried ranch.
That's bad.
Wow, that's an interesting smell.
But it's good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take 2, just in case I don't like it. And that will make my decision if I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
This smells weird.
I haven't done ranch yet. I'm not old enough.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. All right. So the reason why he wanted to go there, A, you have the family heirloom to deliver back to the family of one of the soldiers, right?
Yep.
B, you guys are going to stop a wedding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's on your way through to go into RavenLoft. C, you're supposed to meet up with shit. What's her name? Notes. Mm-hmm.
Brandon just texted, "What's up?"
Call him again. Put his ass on the spot.
I was like, "We need your notes," and then he just responded, "LOL."
See, you shouldn't let him off that easily. You gotta make him get on the phone.
Right.
You're not supposed to give him those hints.
So
I'll call him again and see if he'll.
way back in February, you met up in the Abbey with Esmeralda Devonair. She said she would meet you all in Vallaki looking for her master.
Hey, you're on speaker.
Oh my goodness.
hello.
Holy swords.
Hi, internet.
What?
Hi, internet.
Alright, so
They're lost.
I don't remember the name of the lady, but we're looking for the monster hunter. The piece of the prophecy was something about the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We blew up her cart.
So true. Esmeralda.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Is it?
And
You said it's her cart we blew up?
oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, because she was hanging out with
where we got the
Yeah.
Rickton.
We blew up the cart, and then we made it all the way to the next village, which was with the creepy fucking angel guy, and we met a monster hunter in the library.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so we met that lady, and then we took a side trip, so we sent her to Vallaki.
I can only imagine what his buddies there is looking like.
Help out the Ravens, which we totally fucking took the L on that one. We killed the Baba Saga lady with her stupid fucking treehouse.
Baby lasagna.
Yeah, and so then we started heading north, and we were like,
No, you have baby lasagna.
Underboss so we fucked up Underboss Hole. Got like a shitload of side quests there, and then we were supposed to go meet Esmeralda in Vallaki.
So true. Cool.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. All set?
I think we got it.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. While you're in Vallaki, don't forget to say hi to what's her face, Lady Lockner. Because remember, she was like, "Don't come back." And we were like, "Just run the fucking city well, because we're coming back." And she was like, "Ugh," and we went, "Ugh," and our guards were scared.
Just like that too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Make sure to say hi to Lady Lockner. I think. Oh, hey, check on
The ant
the
farm.
bakery.
Oh yeah, the bakery. I would like to go to the bakery.
The ant farm is in Kresk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You brought him to Crest.
Yeah, check on the bakery. Yeah, the ant farm is in Crest. The bakery is in Vallaki.
Put a lot of offer.
I don't remember if we actually bought that building, but we're just like, here's a shitload of money, make it happen, make your dreams come true. I don't remember exactly how that went down, but like, I'm pretty sure we just gave them money and said, make your dreams come true. We get free donuts when we pass through or some shit.
Oh, that's what I heard.
I'd like to go to the end.
I'd like to go there.
Also, I can't really hear you guys. It's extremely garbled.
Okay. Great job, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is why you keep me around, right?
Of course.
They're lost without their note taker.
Apparently his sword friends were all around, so now they all think he's a nerd.
They didn't
Perfect.
know that already?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're
His
fucking
what?
sword
They're
friends.
Yeah.
Come on. You want to talk about nerds? Christ. Fucking nerds. Fucking gatekeeping nerds. No, they're not really gatekeeping. We are. Okay, so anyways, sitting outside the gates. Gates are closed. Guards are patrolling inside the gates. It is well past time for admittance into the city.
Is the wall made of stone?
No, it's made of wood.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a palisade.
Can I kick it down? Will it fall down if I kick it?
I mean, it's sturdy wood, but you could try.
Maybe two of us in this call.
You can do this one.
So you can fly over and you can just walk through the stone. Syrian, the Kool-Aid girl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's the decision?
Yeah, well, so we have to get into town. It's nightfall.
Oh wait, I've got my two skeletons with me, right?
You should. Plus the baby Strahd still.
Yeah.
And the kid.
No wait,
And
one
the
of the
bust.
skeletons is Jasper now,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bust is on the skeleton. I actually, you know what?
All right, so we have one busty skeleton.
No, I'm not going to go messing with it. I really should. But I guess I'm not. Because here's what I'm thinking in my head, right? And I think it makes sense. I believe, how heavy was that bust? You have it in your inventory, don't you?
Not anymore, I don't think. The skeleton's carrying him.
Yeah. But if I remember right, I think we set it to 20 pounds or something stupid like that.
Oh wait, Jasper's 100 pounds.
100 pounds. And you have a skeleton carrying it as a head.
Bad day to be a skeleton.
I'm just wondering, because you guys did go at a fast pace to get here. I'm wondering if it's still lagging behind. If it's even able to keep up with
carry
you.
him.
The skeleton?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bones aren't that heavy. So I can
No.
carry Jasper and the skeleton.
No, which is the point that I'm kind of getting at, because the head is much heavier than the rest of the skeleton that's carrying it.
He's walking like this.
Well, that or it probably fell over several times trying to carry this thing whenever it fucking fell into like a pothole or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're very, very top heavy at this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much I don't know how heavy a human skeleton is. You would probably know better than I would, but I don't know how heavy a human skeleton is. But I would.
Dry or wet?
Well, I would have. Shit, I don't know. That's hard to say, really, because
60%
well, no,
of a
you
person's
made
body
these.
weight.
You made these out of fresh bodies, didn't you? Oh no.
It's just a bone pile.
It was a bone pile. So they.
Cremated
Let's
human
put it this
being
way.
is heavy, but not. I mean, it's liftable. I mean, I figure that's down to bone, so it's not.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is the skeletal body heavier, the same, or way less than the head, the bust that it's carrying?
Weighs less.
Way less, right?
How much?
How
did you say
much?
their clusters?
They'll usually weigh about 22 to 26 pounds.
Okay, so there's a chance that the bust is like twice the weight of the actual skeleton.
Probably 4 times as much.
But they're magically animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are magically animated, which I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
So you said skeleton was how much? How much?
22 to 26 pounds. Like biologically, this isn't D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
No, I'm mentally comparing with how much the somebody's cremated remains weigh,
Get rid of all my bones.
which I said was well under 20, but I could be wrong.
So I will say roll me. Let's do a percentile. I guess is really kind of the best, but I'm gonna say that there is a good 65% chance that this thing did not keep up with you. So you need to roll over 65.
So that's this and
Yeah, it's your 2d10s.
this is the 10. This is the 10. 27.
27. Yeah, so it definitely did not. It was not able to keep up with you.
Can I carry Jasper again?
And that's fine. That's fine. We'll say that you realized partially through the travel here to Vallaki that Jasper is no longer keeping up. I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. In my mind, when he's on the skeleton, he walks like C-3PO.
That's kind of what I was thinking too, in a way, but more top heavy. A lot more top heavy. Kind of like I don't know, like animated skeletons that you see from like I don't know what was it, Christmas Story or not Christmas Story? God, that's one of those freaking animated Christmas movies. You see them just like barely keeping upright and toppling over. Granted, that's more or less for comedic effect, but anyway. So
No, I think we should be accusing you of being sexist for saying that anything with a bust is all top heavy and can't walk upright.
a 50-pound bust. You try having a 50-pound bust and see how well you can stand upright. Come on. Just saying. I'm sure it's not easy. Especially if the rest of you is just 20 pounds. Right?
Vanessa. I miss Vanessa.
I know. Okay. So here we are. Still outside of Vallaki. What are we doing? I know.
I want to go to the wedding.
The only other decision making person just left.
Yeah, no, I
Catch the wall on fire if it's wood.
Oh, I like that idea.
Oh my
It's bringing
god.
the town down really a great
We
approach.
can make a diversion and go to the other side of the wall, fire, and then break down the wall to get in on the other side.
I think burn.
You know?
Burn it.
This is the reason why I like having Brandon here.
because he would come up with something sensible.
All right. How are you gonna burn it down? What do you got?
Who knows how to make a fire?
I've got.
Is there a better way to do this? In a real sense. Is there a door anywhere?
I mean,
Or is
there's a
it just, like,
huge
straight up
gate.
wall?
I've
I mean,
got
it's a-
oil in a tinderbox.
Eric,
Yes.
we're gonna burn down the gate.
Unless you've got a better idea, please do.
That feels like not the best
I
idea.
don't know. I feel like it might be fun.
I'm not arguing with you there. So my options, I'm thinking. How big can I move that?
Do you need to be able to see the object with telekinesis?
I'm reading the spell right now.
Okay.
You gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures or objects by thoughts when you cast the spell as your action each round. For the duration, you can exert your will on one creature, blah, 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 causing the appropriate effect. You can target round after round or choose a new one at any time. Concentration up to 10 minutes. I can do concentration telekinesis for 10 minutes and move people up to 30 feet in any direction each round.
Oh.
So I could
Just
Didn't you say people or objects?
give us a lift.
people or objects.
And again, do you need line of sight to them?
Just yeet us up over the wall.
Somatic.
I think that sounds good.
How far can you move them?
60 feet.
Oh, shit. And you can just choose the next target?
Yeah.
Oh, it
It's
might not
like I
be.
can't really, play a harp or anything. Fine motor control.
But you can get us up to the,
How tall's the wall?
props on top of the wall.
I believe they're. Hang on. Let me see if it says in the description. Oops. No, that's the wrong way. I believe.
How much do all of us weigh together?
That's very personal.
Oh, does it limit how much you can lift or move?
Well, for an object, I can lift an object up to 1,000 pounds.
You're trying to figure out how many passes you're going to have to take through this, whether you can do this all at once.
Well, I have 10 minutes and it's 30 rounds, 30 feet per round, so that's every 6 seconds a round.
Oh
right?
shit! I'm sorry. They're iron gates. They're sturdy iron gates. I thought they were wood.
Well, wall
Maybe the
versus,
rest of the
wall,
palisade
walls
is-
versus gate, maybe.
Yeah, I think. Well, there is wooden scaffolding.
Does iron
15 feet high. This is what the walls are. Held together with thick ropes, mortar, top of each. Yeah, so there is logs that also make up the walls themselves.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
it's just
they're
the gates.
logs?
Yeah, so it's like the palisade of
Are
the
they
actual
like tied
walls.
together, or are they just in the ground?
I think they're in the ground. Like they are tied together with mortar and whatnot.
I was gonna say we could lift one of the logs so we could just go in.
Oh.
This is dirt.
But if they're all tied together, that
Yeah.
might cause problems.
Yeah, they're all tied together and then mortared.
I'm wondering if you can roll under.
So, I guess this is more of a meta DM question. If they wanted to willingly fail the strength check against my telekinesis, could they do that?
Yes, I would allow that. Which is actually funny you say that because that is a choice in the new player's handbook that they allow.
Oh.
Yeah, so if there's
Yeah,
a
it's another
skill
one of those,
check,
like home.
yeah, it's a
common
homebrew
home
thing,
rules.
right? Yeah, it's saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna do something to you. It'll be for your benefit. Just go with it.
count as stone?
Iron is metal.
Does dirt count as stone?
No, I don't think so. I think it actually has to be of a solid form.
What is tiny stones?
It's not the same.
Sand.
Sand.
Sandstone.
Are you trying to find a loophole in the mortar? Is that what you're trying to do?
I suggest throwing it again.
Right.
I suggest lighting it on fire.
All right. Well, I can just float us all over the wall.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you can yeet people 60 feet up in the air.
I mean, I can eat people, but I can also like set them down gingerly, which I think is more.
Oh, whichever you want to do.
So do we want to go up on top? It's just logs, right? Logs with like
Yeah, well, they're
spikes on top or something.
Yeah, the walls, logs. On the other side, there's wooden platforms, so that they can walk around.
Okay.
And visually check things over the other side of the wall, so on and so forth. I mean, my suggestion. I mean, if I were playing this, I would suggest trying to find a location that isn't heavily guarded,
That's
So,
what
like,
that
not-
was
not
my
the
next
Okay.
question.
somewhere.
Like,
Okay.
if there's some
and then
something I should
if
roll to like observe.
the
guard.
idea is you're trying to sneak in, then you're gonna want to do stealth checks. You know, have somebody posted for checking what guards are, so on and so
like
forth.
perhaps an imp flying above.
Yep. Whichever would work. Yep.
So I think that sounds like a good plan to me. If you guys are all okay with being
You did.
Gingerly lifted up and
placed
over.
the wall. So if we want to take some kind of roll or something, or find some place that like once we get in, we can, I can place you guys right next to a building or something that we can hide behind. If we want to spend some time to find a place. Do we actually have a map of town, or do we just have a memory of that?
Yeah, you guys have.
Do you want to throw that out?
I mean, actually, I don't think anybody's ever made a map of the town. I have a map,
We have a
and
pretty
we've
good
been
idea.
using it. Yeah. So, hang on, let me
Jamie,
pull.
pull that up.
What?
He's making another reference that nobody gets again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate
This
and kind of sad.
The guy
That's because I did that.
it's the guy that pulls stuff up for Joe Rogan.
Oh, sure.
Here, Jamie, pull up that video of the monkey ripping someone's face off. Okay, so we're there. Where you just blinked?
Yeah. So this is the gate that you're coming into.
And nobody's really seen us in any of those outlines.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on how far we're getting up to.
Oh, okay.
You know
So
what I'm
we
saying? Like,
we would have this discussion before we get to buildings,
Right.
presumably.
Yeah.
I think we should probably, even just looking at this here,
Yeah.
I say go to the north and go over by those trees next to the church.
So somewhere like, like over here.
A little bit lower and a little bit to the right inside the town.
Oh, so you want to be yeeted over here?
Yeah, and even more further right, maybe, because there's
Over
all
here?
those trees and little forest sections. That would be an easy place to
Okay.
hide.
That should be all right. So let's go ahead and do a group stealth.
If we get separated, where are we headed next?
Do I have to roll for like my
H3.
kid and skeletons?
Oh shit! Yeah, you got the fucking kid and skeletons and
If anyone gets lost, you
the
get
bust.
big tree.
Kid, we can't really leave out of.
Skeletons I can make more.
And the dog.
We can't leave the
I've
dog.
got Tubby in my arms.
Okay. So you're
So
carrying
I've just
Tub.
got the kid and
We're gonna actually name our dog that when we get a dog.
yeah. Nice.
Okay. That's not gonna be confusing at all. If you name him Bathtub, they'd be like, "Get in the bathtub, bathtub, get in the bathtub." He's just standing there looking at you, be like, "Huh?"
Implying we can afford a house with a bathtub rather than a stand-up shower.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that our neighbor's name was Cora when we adopted Cora.
Oh
Oh
Jesus!
no
Yeah.
way.
Oops.
Yeah, so like we'll be outside, she'll be outside. We're just like poop poop.
No.
That's funny.
Okay. Group stealth.
Group stuff.
I like disadvantage.
Yes, you do. You carried
Oh no.
heavy armor.
Why do you still have disadvantage? Are you still wearing heavy armor for stealth?
I feel like no.
Is it a same?
I have
No, it's
exhaustion.
just a
I
straight
have
up.
one level of exhaustion.
dexterity.
I don't remember what all.
Oh,
of
you
that.
have
Plus
disadvantage because you have exhaustion.
Is
Both
that-
of you do.
Well,
That's why you
my
disadvantage.
first roll was a 1. So
It can't get worse than that.
Nope. Not unless you have a negative.
It's just holding you in the air. He's like dinging like a cowbell in your armor.
so what do I have to?
Say again. D20,
Yeah, did that.
and it'd be your
No,
no, I mean, I got
dexterity. Should be stealth. Yeah, let me pull up D&D Beyond. Find it.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Oh, disadvantage, so I need to roll 2.
I think
and
it's
take
a
the
safe
lowest
to
one.
assume
Yes.
that Brendan's gonna pass the stealth roll.
Oh, yeah.
That second die was really nice. The first one was just.
That sucks.
But,
What'd you get?
so. 10.
10? 10. You had a 1.
15.
15.
13.
13.
Do you want to roll for the other people?
Felix roll an 18.
Oh, you rolled for Felix?
Yeah.
You're trying
Like,
to gum it all up. I'm sorry. I'm going to ask again. What'd you have?
Me?
Yeah.
15.
And you had what? 13? Okay.
Woo.
Okay. All right. So as you're yeeting people, right? You're over by the town
Well,
wall.
this is all kind of predicated on the imp flying above and kind of hopefully
Right,
finding
right,
out where guards
right.
are too.
Right, but because you had a natural 1 and
Fair point.
I had a pretty high roll. Yeah, the suit of armor that you yeeted up and over the wall didn't exactly stay as stealthy as you were hoping and clattered on the way through or around or down or however way you want to put it. Doesn't really matter. You were able to get everybody over the wall. However, you did attract some attention. You're hearing a couple of guards talking in the distance, say in the southeastern direction, say this direction over here, swearing that they just heard something like a crash of China or something like that. Is what they're claiming. Okay. And they're in their lazy kind of way on their way over to investigate. What do you want to do?
Hide in tree.
Start a fire.
I don't think that'll help us not get caught. But I also think that there's a good chance that these guards also heard that we sent a bunch of their friends to the tentacle dimension to be slapped eternally.
Hide in a tree.
Hide in tree is not a bad idea. There's a lot of us to fit in a tree, but that looks like a big tree.
There's like 6 trees.
There's a lot of trees there, yeah.
Just one.
So
Or we could just book it
yeah,
to be on a part of it. Because the people, the guards on the tower are not looking for people already in town.
right.
I would assume the people on the wall.
They just heard a noise and they're just coming to investigate.
We could
They
just
just moved.
fly casual
Yeah.
and
We meant to do that. We belong here.
not literally fly casual like Star Wars fly casual and just walk down the street kind of the other way and try to avoid them.
Okay.
Sorry,
Without-
our friend in the suit of armor has had a little bit too much drink. Tripped, fell. Sorry about the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that is unreasonable at this point. Are we? Like, how well known in town are we? Do you think?
You're infamous at this point.
It's like,
So,
what is one of the things?
so honestly, actually, pretty unlikely that we can fly casual because there's 5 of us. One of whom is giant, a dog, 2 skeletons.
The skeletons I left out.
Okay, where's the? Do we have the bus? Or is he just chilling with the other skeletons?
He's
Okay.
on the baby thing again.
And then, so we have the dog, and then we have an orphan.
Yeah.
And an imp. Imp's invisible, so I guess that doesn't matter. But we're not exactly inconspicuous, and we're all like weird races too.
Of a tiefling.
So we do kind of stand out. So I don't think that that's the best plan. Should we hide behind the church or something, and just wait for stuff to cool down?
It's up to you guys.
I saw hide in the tree.
I feel like you can climb a tree really easy. I don't want to do a climb check at all.
I can hide in rocks.
There's just a cube of rock that you're just crouched in.
Oh, I can meld into
No.
stone. So if there's a stone surface,
don't
I can
think-
just back up into it.
I was gonna say I don't think there is really necessarily any major rocks in the area. This seems to be a very plain-ish
Hide in the headstone.
area.
It's like
I'll be in like
suspiciously
crypt or something.
tiefling-shaped headstone. How about this? How about we just walk the other way from where we heard the guards? Because we heard them lazily approaching, so we go the other way, kind of swing to the west, head south after that, and try and keep it quiet
Okay.
and just not overcomplicate things.
All right. Sounds good.
I could check stone coffins for vampires without lifting the lid, because I can just go through them.
Okay.
That's not creepy at all.
I think you should do that.
I don't even know why you brought that up. Is this just
Look
is this
at
just
our
something that
options.
you just like you walking through the graveyard and be like, oh hey,
The
I
last
could just
time I
check
looked in
out
a
for
box-
vampires.
The last time I looked in a box, I got by a vampire.
Okay. I have a
Okay, so
proposition-
you're
I have a
heading
proposition for
west. What?
you. I have a proposition for you.
Sure.
In addition to heading west and heading south.
Okay.
What's the likelihood that I can mimic the sound of the weird china and armor clanging with a minor illusion?
What does minor illusion give you? I feel like that's a thaumaturgic
I have
ability.
thaumaturgy.
If you create a sound, or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. Actually, I guess that's 30 feet. That doesn't really help us that much.
I've got thaumaturgy. and
30
it's
feet
also
of what,
30
though?
feet.
30 feet of you, right?
So I guess I could put it on like the other side of the tree and maybe make a clanging noise over there, and then be like, something's going on. And while we dip out the other way. What do you guys think? Do you think that that would be helpful, or do we just want to try and sneak away without doing that?
I think we can manage it. Also, what source coming up in the face he is?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know.
alternative minor illusion option.
Do it, try sneaking away, and do that if we catch sight of them.
It's a cantrip, so I can just use it.
Yeah, so 30
how
feet.
about-
30 feet doesn't really give you a whole lot.
Looks like Simon Cowell.
Like old.
No, like Simon Cowell in his prime.
Is that because of the V-neck? Okay.
Yeah, so like if you were over here by these trees,
Yeah.
that's like 30 feet right there for you.
Okay. How about
It doesn't give you a whole lot. You know, like currently speaking, you know, if I was saying the guards are this way and they're coming this direction, you know, they're still quite a ways away from you. So could you feasibly just walk away? Yeah, probably. I mean, you might even be able to just walk this direction. Maybe you could attempt that. Or if you're just looking straight to go to the church that's right here, that's well and good too, because don't forget, you are friends with the current father of that church. More than likely would take you in. I don't know. Hard to say. Also, you're not too far from. See, I don't know if you can see it, but
In the middle of town, and just let that.
let me resituate here. So this red house right here, this one, that's the Blue Water Inn. So again, you're not all that far from Blue Water Inn, to which you have a safe haven there as well. Because you know the Martikov family that own the place, and they've already told you they would give you free room and board for your stay. So it's entirely up to you where you want to go.
Let's go there.
Okay.
What, by there, what do you mean? Do you mean the church?
Church, not the inn.
No, the inn.
The inn? Works for me.
Is the church where the wedding is, though? Do we need to sleep?
The wedding is not here in Vallaki. The wedding is in Castle RavenLoft. You're on your way to Castle RavenLoft, but you have to go through Vallaki in order to get there.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So do we
It
need
might
to
have been
sleep?
easy to just walk around the wall.
Do we need to sleep right now? Like, is it nighttime? Like,
We could use
It is nighttime.
okay.
It's like the middle of the night.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
look at the level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Good use.
Let's go to the end.
Yeah, we could definitely.
All right. Go ahead and I guess I assume you want to try to stealthily-ish make your way over there.
Yeah, make our way downtown.
Okay. Let's have you guys do another stealth check.
Oh no, threes twice.
Oh man,
14.
14.
18.
We're not doing well. We're tired.
This is weird. This is twice I've rolled 2 20-sided dice and they came up different.
Okay. All right. It's not bad. So as you're kind of skirting the wall ish, heading east, staying behind some of the houses, the buildings, so on. Who's kind of in the back of the pack? Keep an eye, just out of curiosity.
I'm gonna be the loudest.
Me, I guess. I'm like medium stealth right now.
Okay. So you kind of see the guards. They do make their way up between these buildings here, going in that general direction. You all are going in this direction. Okay. They do make a dart this way, heading back where you once were. Okay. As you continue on that path, they don't notice you. Luckily, at this point, they don't notice you. But you do notice that they go right towards the landing zone where you guys actually dropped in at. Okay. Oh, shit.
Stop
Anyhow.
rolling nat 20s for the guards.
I rolled double nat 20. Like, no joke. You can take a look at that. I literally rolled a double nat 20.
Great, my rolling tendency shifted off to the side. I believe you. I believe you because you know that I rolled that. No wonder. Okay, we must have like switched dice or something.
So, one of the guards, you could kind of hear in the distance, "Hey, it looks like somebody jumped the wall. There's tracks. They're leading in that direction. You hear the guards kind of screaming a little louder. They haven't quite exactly picked up on where you are, but they know general direction which way you're going because of the footprints you've left behind, so on and so forth.
Is if I cast darkness and leave, does that end the spell? Because it's a concentration.
Well, darkness has a 60-foot range, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Oh, you mean leave the distance of the spell?
Yeah, like cast darkness on like a tree or something that they're gonna walk by, so it gets
No, I
really
believe it
dark.
stays there until you drop concentration. Yeah, I don't think so. The 60-foot rule is just for you casting it. Once you have it in concentration, it'll stay there for as long as you need it to until you drop concentration or the duration of the spell. Right? So how long is the spell?
It is 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it'll sit there for 10 minutes at least.
I can cast darkness on our path, so that way they can't follow us.
That sounds good.
Might be a giant orb of darkness would be also suspect.
Yeah, but
They won't know where we're going.
they won't know where we're going.
I mean, you're probably out of range to cast darkness on them at this point, but
Right, but if they're
maybe
following
if
our
they're
path-
following, maybe if they're following and they catch up to you guys, then maybe you could cast it and see if it impedes them. That's up to you. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there as options. Yeah. But anyhow, what do you want to do? You're just going to keep moving in that direction, same direction? Yes. Okay.
Towards the end, right?
Yeah, towards the end. All right. Let's do. How do I do this? Let's do a general dexterity. We'll call it a chase, a mini chase scene, for example. Okay. We'll base it off from your dex modifiers. So let's just do standard dex plus modifier to see if you can outrun the guards in your current form without them catching up to a point where they can see you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and let's do the first one. 13? That's good. 18. That's good.
18.
Oh, that's great.
Hey.
10. Okay.
You're going to roll a great pair of doubles because I'm still doing the elf hunt.
So you as you're continuing on, we're moving forward. We're up to say right about here, almost halfway to the end. Right. The guards have started to meander their way in your direction. You're not hearing heavy footfalls or anything yet. But it almost seems like they might be just keeping pace with you with the speed that you're going currently. Make sense? Let's do another one. 13. 10. 10. Ooh. 8. Oh boy. Everybody's getting exhausted. One of the guards stops for a moment, finds an ooh shiny on the ground. As the other one says, kind of yells at him and says, "No, they're going this way. I'm almost certain of it." It's almost like as if one stopped to see, he might have thought he found some kind of evidence of somebody moving around or something like that, right? The other guard is starting to catch up, though. At this point, we're about 3/4 of the way to the inn.
So is it only one guard that's behind us now?
It is one guard that is still chasing and getting closer to you, yes. Still not exactly close enough to really make out your group, because as you're turning corners or going around stuff, they're just, he is just getting close, but like he's not quite seen you yet. Maybe about 450 feet thereabouts.
I was thinking whether or not I'm still able to concentrate on telekinesis. Pick him up and put him on the other side of the wall.
I mean,
Save me the spell slot. I mean, if you guys want to, like, hang ahead, just have me hide behind a tree, just like. Do we know it's only one guard, or do we just hear like voices?
You're hearing voices and so on.
Yeah, I won't do that then. We'll
Okay.
keep moving.
Okay.
That would be pretty funny though.
Okay. And we'll do one more round of checks for the final leg. Ooh. 5, 22, 11, Sunny, 14. Decent. Okay, so with the final leg, you all of a sudden you don't hear anything. You're not hearing any footsteps. You're not hearing any voices. It's almost like maybe going between the buildings, getting towards the back of the inn, so on and so forth. You might have lost them altogether. Kind of hard to really say for sure, but there's a good possibility. So currently, you believe you're safe. Want to enter into the inn?
To the end.
Front door's locked.
Kick it.
Don't kick it.
Check the back. Check the back. So you can
So you go to the back door. It appears that lights are out. Like there's no candles. It's midnight. There's nobody up tending anything.
isn't there supposed to be someone like at the front desk for 24 hours?
Not necessarily. Kind of think of it like a.
Well, the gates close in town, so it's not like there's going to be new people showing up.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. I mean, there is a we will call it a curfew and so on and so forth, right? So they probably assume that nobody's going to come in new at this hour of the night, especially during a curfew. And also, too, the gates are locked up, so there's not going to be any new travelers coming in at this time of day.
Is the inn made of wood?
Yes. Are you going to burn it down?
If it was made from stone, I was gonna walk through the wall and unlock the door.
Jesus. No, the inns are made of wood. Only the gates are iron, apparently.
This town is very flammable.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, ask Mark to pick the lock.
Yeah.
You could. Might have to give him a call.
Have a roll.
Who's going to roll for him, though? I can pull up his stats.
Stats are easy.
I'm rolling bad, so I should not roll for him.
What do we do?
Mark's lockpick.
Gotcha. Do I add anything to it?
I'm looking right now. Plus 13. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to do it.
Okay, what's 15 plus that?
28.
Yeah. So, Mark, in his fashionable way, takes the time, pulls out his kit, looks through his picks, and he's like, "Man, I haven't done this in a while." Takes 2 picks, right over. Ah, that was nice. So you walk in the back door. You're in the inn, safe and sound.
Find a bed.
So we've been here a bunch of times before. Do we know where the innkeeper usually is chilling?
Well, they have their own room
Like wing?
off to the side of the where the bar is and so on and so forth. So they have their own facilities. Like you came in the back door where they get all their they receive all their goods and so on, right? So this is kind of like their warehouse portion.
Loading dock.
Yeah, right. But even still, it doesn't take you long to figure out how to maneuver your way through the kitchen into the inn itself. You know where the bar room is, and then up the stairs to the rooms.
What's the loading dock look like, sir?
Well, essentially, it is
A lot of space.
kind of like how do I explain it? It's very similar to, well, it's the back of the house essentially, right? But it has its own stable, if you will, right? So there's a couple of bins or stables for horses, and then crates and so on. But the door that you came in through, hang on, let me pull up the map real quick. Come on.
So why don't we just sleep in there? Not wake anybody up. They'll probably be cool with it because we've helped them out a bunch.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. I mean, you're talking about out in the stable?
Yeah.
Whatever. That's fine.
Good night.
If it's good enough for Jesus.
Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah. Let me do this. I will. Where is Blue Water Inn? Do I have an updated Blue Water Inn? No, I guess I don't. Damn. Here. Come on. Load, damn it. Oh, Jesus. It's really big. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll put her here so you guys can see this and actually get you over here. Okay, so oh yeah, no, that should have been right. Why is that zooming in? That's zooming in. Why was that zooming in?
Is it zoomed as it can get there?
What the fuck is going on? That's weird. Okay, so back door to the actual inn. Over this way is where the stables are, and this is the door leading into the stables. Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Okay. Come back over here. Light. Oh, why can't I click that? What's going on? There we go. Is that not a door? I'll just delete it. It's okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, move yourself into the stables. This is essentially what you're looking at.
Are we sleeping in the hay?
Yeah.
It's good enough to be with good enough crowd.
The mangy manger.
I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a horse. It says token. Oh, that's weird. Pretty sure it's supposed to be a horse. What is that? I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, anyways, there are horse. There is a. We'll say there's a horse. At least a horse in here. I don't know if that. I don't think that's supposed to be a horse. I don't know what the fuck that is. But we'll say that there is at least one horse in here. So the horses, the stables for the horses. This is actually showing. Actually, is this the second layer? Oh, it is. That's why. Bingo. That's why it's not making sense to me. Is that what I think it is?
Make the horse chill out.
Oh, I'd like to use my animal handling to make the horse chill out.
Chill out.
I'm gonna put his nose and say,
All right, hang on a second.
Horse, of course.
So I had the wrong. I'm just gonna move this over here. There we go. So this is the level you're actually on. Bingo. All right. So stables on either side. You can kind of sort of see the doors for the stables. It's kind of weird that they'd just be completely light blocking like that. I don't know why they are, to be honest. Oops, let me go back to the light layer. Can I change this? Yeah, we'll just call it transparent. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just make this transparent as well. And this one. And this one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so. All right. So like I said, couple stables down here. There is a ladder in the center that takes you up to the loft area, which is, full of hay and so on as well. Another door on the north and south sides, plus a door straight across on the eastern wall. But yes, if you want to come in and chillax with the horse, that's fine. Give me an animal handling check. Six.
Yeah.
It's okay if it doesn't want me to hang out with it. I'll just go upstairs with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, you kind of see it get a little spooked from you.
That's fine.
You're very tall.
I'm very tall.
So, yeah, the horse doesn't seem to want anything to do with you.
That's okay. That's okay. No
So-
harm, no foul.
What does everybody else want to do?
Goodbye, horse. Good night.
stall at the loft. I guess maybe the loft.
Loft? You'll go up to the loft? Okay.
Loft.
And let me bring it here. I'm just using Marilith's token because she has line of sight and stuff and whatnot. It's just easier to bring one person instead of everybody. So you climb up the ladder and you find yourself in a nice little hay-fold cozy sack or whatever and just kind of chill out for the rest of the night. That's what you want to do. All right.
Good night. Oh, in the morning time, because I'm not there to cast the spell on skeletons, they turn hostile.
Okay.
So they're going to be hostile skeletons outside of
Outside the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Now, do they turn hostile to anything, or do they try to hunt you down specifically to find you and attack you because you were the one that cast the spell?
I think they just keep rumbling.
And
They
then,
just have a bond effect with
Yeah. It says,
Life's like this.
if I don't give it any commands, the creature only defends itself against hostile creatures, and creatures under your control for 24 hours, after which it stops obeying any command you've given it. To maintain control of the creature for another 24 hours, you have to cast a spell. So I think it just turns into a regular skeleton. And
Okay.
so it'll attack guards if they try and attack it.
All right. Sure. Good to know. All right. Well, in order to get a decent night rest and get rid of the exhaustion effects, you need to have at least 8 hours. Well, 6 total sleeping hours, 8 resting. It's a little after midnight, so by the time you guys are actually fully up and rested, it'll be closer to 8:30ish, thereabouts. If you do the full rest. Otherwise, for the ones that are exhausted, if you don't get the full 8 hours, then, well, you'll keep your exhaustion. Otherwise, if you take the full rest, then you can drop the exhaustion. Get your hit points back, spell slots, so on and so forth, for a full night's rest.
For that reason, my intention would be to do the full rest.
Okay.
I'm hoping that because we're up in the hayloft,
No one will
may
make
not
us
get
get
noticed that early at least.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Mine says exhaustion requires food and drink to restore for me.
It's just, yeah.
Not helping the DM.
No, it's fine. We assume that,
we have rations. And
Yeah.
yeah, assumption is that during your long rest that you were to take time to eat and replenish and so on and so forth. That's just kind of the way of things, right? So, yeah, I don't necessarily get into the whole nitty gritty of tracking food consumption and stuff like that, because for me that's not really all that fun.
Yeah.
Maybe in other more gritty games where stuff like that is scarce, then and you have to forage and so on and so forth, then yeah, maybe. But
I was playing a game with AI, and it was just me arguing with the AI as to whether or not I could find enough dandelions to survive the night.
okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else anybody want to do before we can end this night?
I'm gonna cut my palm and feed the doll before I go to bed.
Okay,
Because I
That's
didn't
fine.
catch any mice or frogs or anything.
that's fine. Yep. Is it still in that stone cask that you made? Yeah, okay.
Actually, I can't remember if it is. I think it is still.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want her to bite Felix. But then I want to try and see if I can train her.
The doll?
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine. I mean, I don't really know, because I mean, up to this point, it's just sat there like this. You've never seen it do anything.
So I'm gonna cut my palm and like feed the doll, and then I'm gonna point to Mark and be like, bite him. And then I'm gonna go to sleep with her outside of her box.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you leave the doll outside the box, and you all take your long rest. Let's see. I don't want to do this. Let's try this instead. Give me give me 3 numbers from 1 to 20. Just 3 random numbers from between 1 and 20.
3, 11, and 17.
So you wake up the next morning. Do you want to try to examine Mark?
I'm just gonna wait to see if he complains.
Okay. Okay.
How's my doll looking?
Just like that.
No sign of blows over fullness.
Man, my spelling is fucking atrocious. Okay. What is today? August?
August 23rd.
That way, I have that in my notes for next game. All right. Everybody wakes up without any issues. Hit points restored, spell slots, like I said. No, and yeah. Anyways, we got, what time is it? It's almost 9. Do we want to call it quits here, or do we want to go a little bit longer?
I take the lead of the pregnant lady.
What does that mean?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said I'm a little tired.
A little tired. Okay, so you want to call it quits, huh? I mean, we can. It's fine. It's up to you.
Does baby want sleep or does baby want food?
Or does
Does
baby?
baby want nights or does baby want object slow?
I think I might take a pregnant girl.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and call it quits then for tonight? And
Let's schedule out though because
yeah,
we've got
I know Brandon was saying that his schedule for the next month is very
I don't even know what
difficult.
he's doing.
Yeah, he says he's very busy for the next month or two. And I was like, we gotta finish this game someday, dude.
Yeah.
I think
I
we're
need to
actually-
stop drinking like a full gallon of water in the last like hour I'm at work.
Did you say? Sorry, last thing. You said next morning the exhaustion is cleared. Is that right?
Yeah, your exhaustion's cleared. Yeah, when you take a long rest, it should clear.
in September for Fridays. We have a lot of things on Saturdays and Sundays, but
We're good next week, right?
yeah. Rachel's housewarming party will probably be Saturday, so yeah.
Okay.
I know that's
I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm happy next week.
Somebody
I'm-
couldn't do the 30th though.
I'm
But they know-
it might be us because we're headed. Okay, sorry, we are not available next weekend, but we are available
Tease.
the following weekend. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I thought that this was the last weekend in August.
Nope.
We have one more, so we're going to Maddie's Friday night. Her party is
That's
Saturday.
the week after next.
Maddie's birthday party is August 30th. It's her 30th birthday. On 30, she's turning 30
Yeah,
on
we're
the
talking
30th.
about 7 days from now. Oh, that is the 30th.
That is the 30th.
It was 30th, yeah.
So what can I do there? I already cleared that week because
I'm crazy because I thought that I had a week before we had a week of nothing.
this
I might as well go ahead and
So
shut
September
this.
6th.
So yes, I'm sorry.
We can
Sorry,
do
that was
September
rude of
6th.
us.
I'm gonna end the stream. But
Good idea.
anyways, good night. Thanks for watching, not
Bye,
watching,
internet.
Bye, internet.
and I will watch this again later.
The